And I hand it over to the man who so skillfully and just like there's nobody who could have done this better last week, navigated us through Les Mis. He's here to take us through The Greatest Showman. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up, please, Mr. Frank Romeo.
Thank you so much, Paul. Thank you very much. Well, like you said, we are shining a spotlight on the music from the 2019 film The Greatest Showman, which is loosely based on the life of Phineas Taylor Barnum. I mean, very loosely. I mean, vaguely inspired by. But you know what? It's a movie musical. It's not a documentary. And you know what? P.T. Barnum probably worried about that least of all, because just like his contemporary Mark Twain, never one to let the facts get in the way of a good story. So let's start this story. The movie opens with P.T. Barnum and his troupe performing at the circus. And we're going to welcome Alex Suarez in the role of P.T. Barnum and his many, many friends with the opening number, The Greatest Show.
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. Searching through the dark, your sweat soaking through the floor.
Buried in your bones, there's an ache that you can't ignore.
Taking your breath, stealing your mind, and all that was real is left behind. Don't fight it, it's coming for you, running at you. It's only this moment, don't care what comes after. Your fever dream, can't you see it getting closer? Just surrender cause you feel the feeling taking over. It's fire, it's freedom, it's flooding open. It's the preacher in the pulpit and you find devotion. There's something breaking at the brink of every wall. It's holding all that you know. So tell me, do you wanna go? Where it's covered in all the colored lights, where the runaways are running the night. Impossible comes true, it's taking over you.
Oh, this is the greatest show.
We light it up, we won't come down.
And the sun can't stop us now.
Watching it come true, it's taking over you.
Oh, this is the greatest show.
Whoa. Colossal we come, these renegades in the rain.
Whoa.
Where the lost get found in the crown of the circus cage. Don't fight it, it's coming for you, running after. It's only this moment, don't care what comes after. It's flooding, outshining anything that you know. Just surrender cause you're coming and you wanna go. Where it's covering all the colored lights, where the runaways are running the night. Impossible comes true, intoxicating you.
Oh, this is the greatest show.
We light it up, we won't come down.
And the sun can't stop us now.
Watching it come true, it's taking over you.
Oh, this is the greatest show.
Where it's covered in all the colored lights, where the runaways are running the night. Impossible comes true, it's taking over you. Oh, this is the greatest show.
We light it up, we won't come down. And the walls can't stop us now.
Watching it come true,
It's taking over you. Oh, this is the greatest show. 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 This is the greatest show.
Let's do it. If my camera's shaking, it's because I couldn't help but bop along to that. That was, wow. Okay. So at the end of that number, we realized that the whole thing was a dream in young Phineas's head, a strangely specific and incredibly precognitive dream. So Phineas, now a boy, accompanies his father, Philo, on his rounds as a personal tailor to the home of the Hallett family. And it turns out that Phineas, let's call it what it is, he's in love with their daughter, Charity. Now, Mr. Hallett, Charity's father, is a very harsh man who strikes Phineas in front of his father, who does nothing because he really needs that job. And Mr. Hallett sends Charity off to finishing school, partly to keep her away from Phineas. But Phineas's head is full of dreams, and he shares them all with Charity during their long and frequent correspondence. And we will learn more about that in this number. The song is called A Million Dreams, performed by Wendy Walker, joined by her twin spawn, Adrian Johnson on guitar and Julian Johnson on the upright bass.
Close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up for me, that I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care, so call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. However big, however small, let me be a part of it all. Share your dream with me. We may be right, we may be wrong. Can I bring you along to the world I see, to the world I close my eyes to see? I close my eyes. Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Million dreams for the world we're gonna make. For the world we're gonna make.
Wow. So Phineas and Charity grow up. They get married. They have two daughters, Caroline and Helen. And they live a humble life in New York City until Barnum loses his job as a shipping clerk. But he secures a loan using his former boss's lost ships as collateral. And he opens Barnum's American Museum in downtown Manhattan. It's a flop. Things look pretty grim until, at the urging of his daughters to include something alive, like mermaids or unicorns, Barnum staffs his museum with freaks and oddities, and his recruitment takes place during our next song. We welcome Mr. Nathan Shrake, and he'll be singing Come Alive.
You stumble through your days, got your head hung low, your sky's a shade of gray, like a zombie in a maze. You're asleep inside, but you can shake awake, 'cause you're just a dead man walking, thinking that's your only option. But you can flip the switch and brighten up your darkest day. Sun is up and the colors blinding. Take a world and redefine it. Leave behind your narrow mind. You'll never be the same. Come alive, come alive. Go and light your light. Let it burn so bright. Reaching up to the sky, and it's open wide. It's electrified. The world becomes a fantasy, and you're more than you could ever be, 'cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. And you know you can't go back again to the world that you were living in, 'cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. So come alive. I see it in your eyes. You believe that lie, that you need to hide your face, afraid to step outside. So you lock the door, but don't you stay that way. No more living in the shadows. You and me, we know how that goes, 'cause once you see it, oh, you'll never, never be the same. Little light is striking, bottle up to keep on shining. You can prove there's more to you. You cannot be afraid. Come alive, come alive. Go and light, let it burn so bright. Reaching up to the sky, let it open wide. You're electrified, and the world becomes a fantasy, and you're more than you could ever be, 'cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. And we know we can't go back again to the world that we were living in, and you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. So come alive. Ooh. Come on, come on, come in, come on. To anyone who's bursting with a dream, come on, come on. You hear the call. To anyone who's searching for a way to break free. And the world becomes a fantasy, and you're more than you could ever be, 'cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. And we know we can't go back again to the world that we were living in, 'cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. Oh. Your eyes wide open. We can't go back to the world that we were living in, 'cause we're dreaming with our eyes wide open. Yeah, we're dreaming with our eyes wide open. So come alive.
Wow, Nathan, wow, that was great. I miss singing with you, buddy. Well, so with a new show and a new cast, Barnum attracts a large audience, but gets poor reviews. But he leans in to James Gordon Bennett's words and rebrands his show, Barnum's Circus. Seeking to bolster his reputation, Barnum convinces Philip Carlyle, a scandal-ridden but wealthy playwright from a very aristocratic New York family, to join the circus. And we're gonna hear his pitch to Carlyle in our next song. This is The Other Side, with Paul Carganilla as Barnum this time around and Alex Suarez as Carlyle.
Right here, right now, I'll put the offer out. I don't want to chase you down. I know you see it. You run with me, and I can cut you free out of the drudgery and walls you keep in. So trade that typical for something colorful. And if it's crazy, live a little crazy. You can play it sensible, king of conventional, or you could risk it all and see. Don't you wanna get away from the same old little part you gotta play, cause I got what you need, so come with me and take a ride. It'll take you to the other side, cause you can do like you do, or you can do like me. Stay in the cage, or you finally take the key. Oh, damn, suddenly you're free to fly. It'll take you to the other side.
Okay, my friend, you wanna cut me in? Well, I hate to tell you, but it just won't happen. So thanks, but no, I think I'm good to go, cause I quite enjoy the life you say I'm trapped in. Now I admire you, and that will show you do. You're onto something, really it's something. But I live among the swells, and we don't pick up peanut shells. I'll have to leave that up to you. Don't you know that I'm okay with this up-down part I get to play, cause I got what I need and I don't wanna take the ride. I don't need to see the other side, so go and do like you do. I'm good to do like me. Ain't in a cage, so I don't need to take the key. Oh, damn, can't you see I'm doing fine? I don't need to see the other
Is this
side.
really how you'd like to spend your days? Whiskey, misery, and parties and plays?
If I were mixed up with you, I'd be the talk of the town. Disgraced and disowned, another one of the clowns.
But you would finally live a little, finally laugh a little. Just let me give you the freedom to dream, and it'll wake you up and cure your aching. Take your walls and start 'em breaking. Now that's a deal that seems worth taking. But I guess I'll leave that up to you.
Well, it's intriguing, but to go would cost me greatly. So what percentage of the show would I be taking?
Well, fair enough, you want a piece of all the action. I'll give you 7, we could shake and make it happen.
I wasn't born this morning, 18 would be just fine.
Why not just go ahead and ask for nickels on the dime?
15,
I'd do 8,
12,
maybe 9.
10.
Don't you wanna get away to a whole new part you're gonna play? Cause I got what you need, so come with me and take a ride to the other side.
Like I do.
And you can do like me, forget the cage, cause we finally made the key. Oh, damn, suddenly we're free to fly. We're going to the other side.
So if you do like I do.
To the other side.
So if you do like me.
To the other side.
We're going
to the other side. We're going to the other side.
So Philip Carlyle, the new junior partner or overpaid apprentice, depending on how you look at it, he joins the circus, and he is immediately smitten by the trapeze artist Ann Wheeler, but he hides his feelings, either because he's painfully shy or because she's black. At this point, we don't know. Philip Carlyle arranges for Barnum and the troupe to meet Queen Victoria. It turns out General Tom Thumb makes a particular impression on the diminutive queen. And at the reception, Barnum meets Jenny Lind, the Swedish nightingale, and convinces her to tour the U.S. Her first performance is a rousing success. And singing that for you now, Miss Stephanie Renee Wall with Never Enough.
Trying to hold my breath, let it stay this way. Can't let this moment end. You set off a dream in me, getting louder now. Can you hear it echoing? Take my hand, would you share this with me? 'Cause darling, without you, all the shine of 1,000 spotlights, all the stars we steal from the night sky will never be enough, never be enough.
Wow. So, during her performance, Philip Carlyle and Ann Wheeler are spotted holding hands by Philip's parents. Philip drops Ann's hand, and she is not having it. Barnum, now gaining favor with more aristocratic clientele, tries to keep his troupe away from the swells and tells them to work on their show without him, go do their thing on their own. And they are not having that. And we're going to skip ahead just a moment to Philip and Anne attending the theater together. But now they're spotted up close and personal by Philip's parents. And they berate him for parading around with the help. Anne runs off, dejected. Philip tells his parents off and runs after Anne back to the circus to convince her that they really and truly can be together. Well, let's see how that goes. This is Rewrite the Stars with Jamie Carganilla and Dan Franklin.
You know I want you. It's not a secret I try to hide. I know you want me, so don't keep saying our hands are tied. You claim it's not in the cards and fate is pulling you miles away and out of reach from me. But you're here in my heart, so who can stop me if I decide that you're my destiny? What if we rewrite the stars? Say you were made to be mine. Nothing could keep us apart. You'd be the one I was meant to find. It's up to you, and it's up to me. No one can say what we get to be. So why don't we rewrite the stars? Maybe the world could be ours tonight.
You think it's easy. You think I don't wanna run to you, but there are mountains and there are doors that we can't walk through. I know you're wondering why, because we're able to be just you and me within these walls. But when we go outside, you're gonna wake up and see that it was hopeless after all. No one can rewrite the stars. How can you say you'll be mine? Everything keeps us apart, and I'm not the one you were meant to find. It's not up to you, it's not up to me. When everyone tells us what we can be, no one can rewrite the stars. Say that the world could be ours tonight.
All I want is to fly with you. All I want is to fall with you. So just give me all of you.
It feels impossible.
It's not impossible.
Is it impossible?
Say that it's possible. How do we rewrite the stars? Say you were made to be mine. Nothing can keep us apart, 'cause you are the one I was meant to find. It's up to you, and it's up to me. No one can say what we get to be. Why don't we rewrite the stars, changing the world to be ours?
You know I want you. It's not a secret I try to hide. I can't have you. We're bound to break and my hands are tied.
So, ultimately, Anne rejects him. Meanwhile, Barnum is off on his U.S. tour with Jenny Lind. His wife, Charity, is at home with their daughters. attending ballet recitals without Phineas, and she feels increasingly isolated from her husband. And we're going to hear exactly how she feels. The song is Tightrope, and singing Charity's role, Danny Carey, St. Germain.
Some people long for a life that is simple and planned, tied with a ribbon. Some people won't sail the sea 'cause they're safer on land. To follow what's written, but I'd follow you to the great unknown, lost in a world we call our own. Hand in my hand, and we'll promise to never let go. We're walking the tightrope, high in the sky. We can see the whole world down below. We're walking a tightrope, never sure, never know how far we could fall. But it's all an adventure that comes with a breathtaking view. Walking a tightrope with you. Ooh, 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 ooh. With you. Ooh, 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 with you. Mountains and valleys and all of the space in between. Desert and ocean, you pull me in, and together we're lost in a dream. Always in motion, but I'd risk it all just to be with you. And I'd risk it all for this life we choose. Hand in my hand, and you promise to never let go. We're walking the tightrope, high in the sky. We can see the whole world down below. We're walking the tightrope, never sure. Will you catch me if I should fall? But it's all an adventure that comes with a breathtaking view. Walking a tightrope with you. Ooh, 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 ooh. With you. Ooh, 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 with you. With you. With you. With you.
On the road, Jenny Lind begins to fall in love with Barnum. He refuses her advances, and she threatens to quit, which would ruin Barnum because he is incredibly overleveraged and is not going to see a profit until well into the tour. At the end of what turns out to be her last show, Jenny Lind orchestrates a kiss between them, and it is photographed by the press. Barnum returns home to find his circus is on fire, set by agitators during a fight between protesters and the troupe. Philip runs into the burning building to save Anne, whom he believes to be inside. Anne arrives, and Barnum runs into the building to save Philip, who is seriously injured. The next morning, Barnum learns from the critic Bennett that the culprits have been caught, and also informs him of the scandal between him and Jenny Lind, which is front page news, and that she has indeed quit the tour. Barnum rushes home to find his wife leaving, both because of the scandal and because their home has been foreclosed upon. She returns to her childhood home just as her father predicted she would. Barnum is completely defeated, devastated by his own selfishness, but his troop finds him. And they explain to him that no matter what, they are still a family, and they need him. They really do. And he resolves to start a new show and not allow ambition to overtake his love. And we're going to hear about that now from Mr. Connor Warren Smith and Drew Tablak. And the song is From Now On.
I drank champagne with kings and queens. The politicians praise my name. But those were someone else's dreams, the pitfalls of the man I became. For years and years I chased their cheers, a crazy speed of always needing more. But when I stop and see you here, I remember what all this was for. From now on, these eyes will not be blinded by the lights. From now on, what's waited till tomorrow starts tonight. It starts tonight. Let this promise in me start like an anthem in my heart. From now on, from now on, from now on. All right, all of you at home, sing along with us. And we will come back home, and we will come back home, home again. We will come back home, and we will come back home, and we will come back home, home again. We will come back home, and we will come back home, home again. From now on, these eyes will not be blinded by the light. From now on, what's waited till tomorrow starts tonight. It starts tonight. Let this promise in me start like an anthem in my heart. From now on, from now on, from now on. We will come back home, and we will come back home, home again. And we will from now on, from now on, home again.
I always get random tracks coming up behind me because it's just a playlist. But people at home, give it up for Connor Warren Smith and Drew Tablak. If you've been hanging out with us at the picnics, you know how freaking amazing they are. And that was live. As I mentioned earlier, we can't do all these songs live. If it's a duet and we're not in the same room, we can't do it live. If it's a bunch of us together, we can't do it live. But Stephanie was live. Drew and Connor were live. Let's give it up for them. And let's give it up for all of our performers for this Greatest Showman Spotlight tonight. Thank you all. We'll see you next weekend. Same time, same place. Paulie's Picnic. I leave you all to the amazing talents of Frank Romeo.
Thanks so much, Paul. Well, yeah, there's a little bit of this story to wrap up, so let's do it quick so I can stop schwitzing in here. Philip wakes up in the hospital, and Anne is by his side. Barnum finds Charity, and they patch things up, and Philip gives Barnum the influx of cash to save the circus in exchange for being made a full partner. Barnum puts the show up under a big tent. We get a brief glimpse of the original iconic and famous 3 rings, and he hands the ceremonial top hat over to Carlisle so he can go spend more time with his family. And he finally attends one of his daughter's ballet recitals. So, happy ever after. Yeah? Sure. Why not? Maybe. But at this point, we don't know. And that's why we're ending tonight with the show's triumphant anthem. Barnum's troupe of outcasts, freaks, and oddities, they stood up against their oppressors. And it's not hard to understand why. It shouldn't be hard to understand why that message resonates with the downtrodden, the misfits, the others of any stripe. Because when the folks who have enjoyed the spotlight for so long are asked to share the stage equally, then your role is a bit of a challenge to them. You know what? I'm a 50-year-old white guy and probably the last person that needs to be talking about this right now, but let me put that a little bit more plainly. When the core tenet of a fringe group or a group in uniform or a political party is that you don't belong, then your very existence is a political statement, and it cannot be divorced from who you are. Our last song tonight, This Is Me, featuring the incredible, inestimable Samara Otero, joined by the cast of Paulie's Picnic 31 and many friends.
I'm not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send the flood, gonna drown him out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me.
Another round of bullets hits my skin. Well, fire away, 'cause today I won't let the shame sink in. Bursting through the barricades and reaching for the sun. We are warriors, yeah, that's what we become.
I won't let them break us down to dust, 'cause I know that there's a place for us.
We are glorious.
When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me. Oh, 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 oh.
in a flood, gonna drown him out. This is brave, this is Bruce, this is who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. And this is me.
Love you guys. Stay safe.
Happy week,
Have a good
everybody.
week.
Bye-bye.
Love
Thank
you.
you so much.
See you next week. You be you, boo.